the magic spool bus. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today on the Street Speed 717 YouTube channel, we got a little Duramax cost update video for you all. Since the last time I made one of these videos, we've done quite a few things to the truck as well as the wrap. That's the big one that everybody seems to want to know, how much did the wrap cost, so we are going to cover that as well. We're going to go ahead and start with the engine bay, so I'm going to need that hood up. Very good. And I'm also going to need a small step stool. Also very good. Now, like I have said many times, the engine modifications that I have done to this truck are not necessarily for performance. You know, this is not a drag truck or a pulling truck by any means. They are more or less done for longevity and reliability purposes. And I'm not really going to be getting into all the modifications today, so definitely if you have questions about what certain things are and what they do, definitely check out my other videos. Trying to cover each thing would just take far too long, so today basically just going to name the items and their price. I'm going to start with the S&B cold air intake. As you can see, that was $250, coupled with an S&B turbo inlet manifold. That was $200. Got a Deviant PCV reroute kit. That was only $40, and an SDP EGR delete. That was $270. Moving on from that, we have the lift kit, and I have a Zone Off-Road 6-inch lift kit, and that was $1,200. And then with the heavy-duty upper control arms, which I definitely recommend, especially running the bigger wheels and tires, those were an extra $300 for a total of roughly $1,600 with everything considered. I should also mention before I forget, with the engine modifications, my truck is tuned with EFI Live by Idaho Rob from ATPtrucks.com, and that was $700. It comes with a DSP5 switch, and you have your 5 tunes and everything like that. Again, more info in that particular video, but the tune was about $700. My exhaust is a 5-inch MBRP turbo back, no cats, no mufflers, anything like that, with a $100 7-inch tip, so all in all about $500. Normally you would see it coming out of the back, but of course mine is dumped right underneath the truck. Tow mirrors, heated with the integrated turn signals, those were $180. Upgraded new axles from GM, those were $330 for the pair. PPE tie rod sleeves, those were $100. Window tint all around, $150. The set of 5 wheels and tires, you can see the 5th one is kept here in the back. Got a dog, looks like a service dog with a vest. Anyway, the wheels and tires, these are fuel hostage wheels, of course, in black, as you can see, in size 20 by 12 with a -44 offset. The tires are Toyo Open Country MTs, and altogether for the set of 5 wheels and tires was about $3,500. And also, just in case you were wondering, the tires are 35s, 35 by 12.5, standard size. Now for the big one, the one that everybody wants to know about. How much does it cost to wrap a gigantic vehicle like this? My cost was about $4,000. Now, let me just say right off the bat, for somebody off the street, it would be a little bit more, but really not much. I mean, I try to pay as close to what a normal person would pay as possible so that I can relay that information to you guys. But obviously, Shane being a close personal friend and the amount of advertising that I do, and again, it's not paid advertising. It's not like he said, you know, I'll cut you a deal if you advertise. Shane's an awesome dude and I love his work. Obviously, it's pretty cool. The point is, though, for a truck for this size, it might be a little bit more for the average person, but that number is still pretty close. So figure about $5 grand. But for this video, we're going to stick with the $4 grand that I paid. Totally different setting for this part of the video, so I do apologize for the abrupt change, but this is where there would be a box, and in that box would be my next modification for the Duramax that I was going to show all of you guys in the video today. Unfortunately, it did not show up as the shipping was delayed due to Hurricane Matthew, because this modification is coming from Florida. I really doubt you're going to be able to see anything, but this is the Duramax here in front of the camera. Can you even see it at all? Maybe, but this would have been a really cool time to actually demonstrate this next modification, which is why I didn't really mind if it showed up later at night, because you can only see it at night because the modification is headlights. Of course, you can see the difference during the day, what they look like, but I was going to demonstrate the lights at night. It would have been really cool. It has the LEDs, all the whole thing, the whole 9 yards, and it would have been awesome to show all of you, but unfortunately it did not get here today. So that's the reason for this abrupt change in the video. Again, I apologize. Was hoping you'd be ready for this part, but it is not, and that's the next modification. But now you all know what that is, so that will be coming very soon. Front and rear off-road bumpers. Even though I don't have them yet, there's no point in me not telling you about it, because we all know it's going to happen at some point, and that might be one of the last big modifications that I do, so I don't want to have to make another whole cost update video. So we're going to figure on those being in this build. That's another $3,000. All right, so that is going to do it for all of the parts themselves. Now, most of the little stuff I did do myself, but big things like the lift kit, obviously I had a professional do, which I would definitely recommend. You know, all the experts on YouTube love to bitch and complain like, oh, you didn't do that yourself. Look, there's well welding involved. It's not an easy thing to do. Definitely hire a professional. So labor cost for the whole thing was about $2 grand. Now, all of that together comes out to about $17,000. And I know what you're saying, why the hell is the video titled 50 grand when that clearly is a lot less? Here's the thing, the original cost of the truck to me was about $32,000. Purchase price right around $28,000 with tax, tags, and everything else, $32,000. Obviously, $32,000, $17,000 together, $49,000. Now, I don't want to hear anybody bitching about clickbait because it's 49 grand instead of 50 grand. Obviously, 50 looks a lot better in the video title. If you want to be a real dick about it, there's plenty of little things that I didn't put in the video, like the antennas, CB, little odds and ends here and there that would definitely get us that next $1,000, especially if you want to throw in stuff like insurance. So that's exactly how I spent 50 grand on an 11-year-old truck, and you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way. I mean, I love this thing. This is my absolute dream truck. It's not exactly where I want it to be yet, but it's really damn close. And you look at all the views on YouTube and everything of the videos recently where the Duramax is the focal point. I mean, the feedback is just crazy. Everybody loves this truck. I always get tons of questions on it. I mean, the fact that people really seem to care more about this and they're more interested in this than a brand new Z06 tells you a lot, and I wouldn't trade this thing for the world. I mean, hell, I know that I could have a much newer modified Duramax for 50 grand, but I would choose this one every single day. So I sincerely hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you're stopping in for the first time, please subscribe. Take care. Have a great day. I absolutely do love this thing to death. There it is. Forgot my step stool. Like, look at that fucking stance. How can you not love that thing?